Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your FriYay Pick a card. And as you can see in the little, I don't know which way I'm pointing, in the little sign here, we are doing our theme for this week is going within. I was going to do a whole thing on gratitude and Thanksgiving, even though we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving here in South Africa, but I was going to do something on that. And then I realized my theme last week was blessings, so we couldn't do it 2 weeks in a row. So I thought, well, what's the next best thing? And we are going within today to find gratitude and blessings here within our own heart and soul. So let's see where that takes us today. For those of you who are finding my channel for the first time, welcome, extra special welcome to you. I hope you enjoy it here. I hope you enjoy your stay. There's a lot of content to keep you inspired, a lot of content to help you and to guide you on your journey of life. And for my returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do so value and appreciate all your love and support, and I have been receiving so much love and support lately, and it really does just makes my heart feel fabulous. And then for those of you who are part of my YouTube Insight Members Club, wow, you guys are just so amazing. Thank you so much for the support. We've had quite a few people join over the last couple of days, over the last week or so, and it's been really awesome. And there's a lot of content for each one of you. So I'm not going to go into the whole sales pitch on what that's all about. You can click the join button below to find out about that. But I really just want to give gratitude and thanks for every single one of you who support the work that I do. And if it wasn't for your likes and your comments and your shares and just putting the word out there as to what's available on my channel, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. And I do enjoy it so much. I get so much fun out of doing these videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. All right, so today we are doing going within. We are focusing on just uncovering what's happening here within our heart and soul and seeing what we can do to be better people, to just take advantage of the opportunities. You know, we are in really such uncertain times at the moment, and as this year comes to an end, as this tumultuous year comes to an end, and as we start going into 2021, there's a lot of things we need to be mindful of. There's a lot of things that we need to be aware of and conscious of. So as the time shifts and as we get closer to the end of the year, you're going to find emotions are going to get stronger. You're going to find people getting more emotional and just more panicked, if I can use that word. So, you know, if we can focus on within, if we can focus on just finding peace, love, and happiness here within our own hearts, you know, we're going to find it easier to change, to go through whatever it is that we need to go through. So what I've done, for those of you who haven't done my pick of cards before, the way it works is I you know, spirit inspire a theme, spirit inspire the questions that we ask. I get to pick the cards that we use, and you can see I have a few. I have a few, so I get to pick the cards that we use. I get to choose all of that, and then I generally do 3 bundles, and sometimes I'm inspired to do a 4th one, but generally it's 3 bundles, and you get to pick whichever bundle you want, and we go through the questions, we go through the theme and the questions that Spirit have given, and generally speaking, it's really about self-development. It's really about helping you be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. So there are many channels that do focus on love, and there's many channels that focus on various other things. Generally speaking, my channel is about helping you be the best version of yourself that you can be, because that's if we all have that, everything else comes right, everything else in life works out perfectly. So I have 5 questions that I have written down and taken down, which we're going to be working with. And I have a whole bunch of cards, decks on the table here, and I haven't actually quite figured out yet which ones I'm using. So when we get to bundle 1 and when I start, then it'll be clear to me which ones we're using. But I have a whole bunch. So as far as which decks we're going to be using, you'll have to get into your bundle to get that information. Or by the time this video is published, it'll all be in the description box below. So friends, let's get straight into it. Let's not waste any more time. So let me perform my magic. So on screen now will be an image of the bundles of the cards that are available to you today. So all you need to do at this stage is just take a deep breath and allow yourself to get centered, allow yourself to get focused. Just let all your stresses, worries, and anxieties drift away. Let them all just go away and go out of your mind for now. We don't need to be focusing on those right now. And when you're feeling calm, when you're feeling in a good space, if you need to pause the video and take your time and do a meditation on it, if you need to look at the timestamps and let the numbers guide you, do whatever you need to do. but allow yourself to be drawn to a single bundle, to 2 bundles, or to all of the bundles, okay? And when you know which bundle is the bundle that you want, that you're drawn to, that seems to just be calling you in, then you can go straight to that bundle. So if you open up the description box below, there will be timestamps that will help you, and also just in the time bar, in the little red time bar underneath, you will see that there's a little arrow. If you click on that arrow, it'll open up a whole chapter thing. I think it'll be on this side of the screen if I remember correctly, and then you can jump to each of the bundles quite easily and quite comfortable. YouTube is getting very clever with all the things that they can do. But friends, for now, let's get straight into it. We're going to start with bundle 1, and we're going to go on to all of the others. And I can't wait to see what the messages, what the readings, and what the inspiration is for each one of you. So see you there. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the message, the reading, the inspiration, and the guidance that you need in your life right now. Welcome. So yeah, I wasn't sure what cards I was going to be using today, but I think I've narrowed it down. We're going to be using this awesome deck. I love this deck. I just love that color. It's coming through on the camera so beautifully because I've got good lighting today. The sun is shining, which is quite awesome. So this is the Llewellyn Tarot. It is one that I have reduced in size. I have removed borders because I'm not a borders kind of girl, but it is just absolutely exquisite. So I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot, and I'm also going to be using this deck, which is, let me hold it nicely so that you can see, Sacred Destiny Oracle, which is just, again, such an awesome deck. So I'm going to be using these 2 decks, and I might throw in a third one right at the end. We'll see how we go. So let's get straight into it. Let's start shuffling. So as I shuffle this amazing, tiny, beautiful tarot deck, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking for guidance. We're asking for protection. We're asking that the cards that we draw today be the cards that we need to hear, that give us the reading, the message, the inspiration, and the guidance that each one of us need to hear right here and right now. This video is not time specific, so whenever you find it, whenever you watch it, the reading will be relevant to you at that time. Okay, we're asking Spirit to guide us today. We're asking Spirit to inspire us today, and we're asking to help us as we go within, as we venture into our hearts and souls to find different aspects of ourselves, different parts of ourselves that maybe we weren't aware of, that we need to focus on, that we need to work on, that we can be the best person and version of ourselves that we need to be. And so it is. Okay, so friends, while I continue to shuffle, as I said, I have got 5 questions that we're working on with the theme of going within. Okay, I have got 5 questions that we're working on. And the first question that I'm going to be asking is, what are you feeling internally right now? What is going on inside your heart and soul? So it's not specifically, I know we're saying what are you feeling, but we're not specifically referring to emotions, but just like what's going on here in the core of your soul, in the core of your heart and being. What are you feeling? What is the energy that's taking place inside of you? What's going on there? What are you feeling? Let's see what we get. Right, this one wants to come out. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have got the 10 of Pentacles. So I realized I got a glare there. Look how gorgeous these cards are. They are so stunning. So the 10 of Pentacles is about culmination. It's about attainment. It's about achievement. It's about having everything that your heart and soul desires. So the question we asked is, what are you feeling? So you're feeling plentiful. You're feeling abundant. You're feeling like you have everything that you need. Or it may be an overwhelm of volume. Okay, you may be feeling overwhelmed by how much stuff is going on in your life, because this is the abundance card. So we don't know yet if the abundance is a positive or a negative. I'd like to think it's a positive, because you know me, I'm all about the positive. But the abundance card, the 10 of Pentacles, is basically saying that everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that you desire is there, and you are feeling, because remember the question we were asking is, what are you feeling internally? You're feeling abundant. You're feeling as if there is plenty. You're feeling as if there is just so much. Everything. I mean, her basket, if I can get to it, her basket here is full. Okay, we've got fruit, growing up there. So if we basket runs out, there's plenty more. We've got the jug, we've got everything. It's happy family, it's all of that kind of stuff. So what are you feeling right now? You are feeling abundant. You are feeling as if you have plenty, as if you have everything that you need. And that is such an awesome feeling. I'm really hoping it's not an abundance of challenges, an abundance of problems, but whatever it is, just recognize that there are everything that you need, everything that your heart desires is catered for, is taken care of. Okay, so you are feeling abundant. I'm going to leave it on the table here in front of me, picking up my deck again. And the question that we're next asking, the next question on the list is, what aspect of yourself can you improve on right now? What aspect of yourself can you improve on right now? Whoops, okay, that one went flying. I'm going to look at it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm laughing because it's the Nine of Pentacles. Oopsie, sorry. I've got the window open, so that means we've got extra light. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles, which, you know, the previous card was the Ten of Pentacles, which talks about abundance, which talks about plentiful, talks about, you know, opulence. And this is actually the opulence card, okay? Nine of Pentacles is really about having, and being a little bit flashy with it, being a little bit extravagant with what you have. Okay, so I'm not going to take that card, but we're going to just acknowledge it and put it back in. All right, so what aspect of yourself can we improve on? Can you improve on? What aspect of yourself do you need to be focusing on? Do you need to be working on, or do you need to be improving on? Let's see what we get. Okay, so the card I have drawn is the moon. Just look at that owl over the waters. So you can see the moon reflecting on the waters. There's a calmness, there's a stillness, okay? There's a calm and a stillness about the water, but look at the sky. You can see the clouds starting to assemble. The clouds are starting to roll in, and soon the clouds are going to cover the moon. And you know what happens by moonlight? Things aren't always as they seem by moonlight. The moon is also, and I mean, owls are about wisdom. Owls are about understanding, about wisdom, about clarity here within heart and soul. And that's exactly what the moon card is all about. The moon card is saying about trusting your own intuition, trusting your own inner understanding, but it's also about looking deep. It's about not taking things at face value, not looking at the full moon and going, oh, okay, it's a beautiful full moon and everything's great in my life. It's about recognizing that those clouds can come over that moon at any minute. And as soon as those clouds cover the moon, everything changes. Everything changes. So what needs improving, or what was my question? What aspect of yourself can you improve? You know what? It's about being honest with yourself. It's about being honest with yourself and recognizing exactly where you're at, who you're at, what you're about, okay? So the aspect of self is, I'm going to call it your self-confidence. And because you're putting on a brave face, you're putting on a brave exterior, you're showing yourself as the full moon in full bloom, if I can put it that way, but you are feeling a little bit insecure. You are feeling like one little thing can happen and suddenly you're oblivious. Suddenly no one sees you. Suddenly nobody knows your effect and your power, okay? So what part of yourself, just get the camera into focus again. So what aspect of yourself can you improve? I'm going to put it down to your self-confidence, and I'm also going to put it down to your intuition. That's what you need to focus on. You have everything that you need, okay? You are everything that you need, everything that you require is provided for in your life, but it's the trust. It's the trust, it's the intuition, and it's the confidence. Those are the aspects of yourself that need to be worked on, that need to be focused on in order for you to grow. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Right, let's pick up the deck again. Actually, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit because I haven't really been well planned today. I'm sort of going with it. I'm going to pick up this deck because we've got the water, we've got the ocean, we've got the lights, and what Spirit is saying is let's draw a card from this deck. So this is this one, the Sacred Destinies Oracle. Carrying on with what aspect of self can we improve? What aspect of self do you need to work on? I want to just draw a card from here to answer that. So what aspect of self can you work on? What aspect of self do you need to work on? What is important and significant? And that's the card that I want. Isn't it just almost the exact same card? Oh, I love it when this happens. Look, we've got full moon over water. We've got full moon over water. Isn't that just remarkable? And just look at the keyword. The keyword is flow, okay? So what Spirit is saying to you, the aspect of yourself that you need to work on is your confidence and the fact that you need to recognize that even if the clouds come over, even if the clouds come and cover you up and that you are now suddenly insignificant and not seen and not noticed. It's the flow of life, and recognizing that even though you're not seen and heard, you are still fabulous, you are still strong, you are still powerful, and you are still making such a huge difference in your own life and in the lives of others. Okay, so recognize the flow of life, recognize your involvement or your role in that flow of life, and just let it roll. Just let it roll. I love that. Oh, I love that. I'm going to add this card back into the deck just in case we draw from that deck again and we give it a chance to come out. All right, so back to the tarot. So this next question, so remember today's theme is about going within, okay? So it's going within and it's looking at hard truths. It's looking at ourselves and seeing what aspects of ourselves we need to be working on and what aspects of ourselves we need to be developing. So this next question may be a little bit of a tough one. It may be a little bit hard, but you know what? We have to look at the dark aspects. We have to look at all parts of ourselves. So the question is, what scares you? Okay? What scares you right now? Why is it that your confidence, oopsie, I'm throwing the card away. Why is it that your self-confidence and your self-belief and your own level of assurity, why is it that that is needing to be improved and worked on? So what scares you right now? What is going on? Or what are you most afraid of? What scares you? Let's see what we get. What's with you guys and all the pentacles, hey? So here we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles, in a simple word, in a simple phrase, is the card of hard work. Okay, so he's a laborer, he's working hard, he's recreating the same thing over and over and over again. He has a target, he has a job to do, he has to churn out however many of them he needs to churn out, but this is the card of hard work. All right, the Eight of Pentacles is the card of hard work. It's the card of recognizing all the things that we need to do. He's not worried about what's happening anywhere else. He's not worried about what's happening at home or what's happening anywhere else. He's focused on the task at hand, and his task at hand is to work, to produce. And this is what you're afraid of. So you're afraid of switching off from everything else and focusing on one thing. That's what you're afraid of. You're not afraid of the hard work. I really get that. You're not afraid of the hard work. What you're afraid of is while you're focusing on one thing, what's happening to everything else. So you might very well be somebody who likes to have a finger on all the pulses. You might be the kind of person who likes to help, to navigate, to control other people in your lives. And your fear is that if you focus on one thing, if you give your energy to one thing, that something else is losing your attention, losing energy, and might not be doing as well as it needs to. So your biggest fear, what scares you, is focusing on one project for too long and recognizing that you are then disconnecting from anything and everything else in your life. That is very interesting. And my interpretation of that is also very interesting. Right, picking up our tarot again. Question 4. How to express gratitude for all that is. How can you, because let's be honest, you've got this abundance in your life. And we've had the 10, we've had the 9, and now we've had the 8 of Pentacles that have come through for you. So there's clearly a theme, and the theme here so far for you with regards to what's happening here within you is all about the money, it's all about the material possessions, it's all about your status in life. Okay, so that's the common theme that's definitely coming through for you, right? So how to express the gratitude for all that is, because if you don't already know, gratitude, practicing gratitude, being grateful is the best way to attract more of the same. So if you are grateful, if you're focusing on, and if you are grateful for all that you do have in your life, for the financial abundance, for the prosperity, for the whatever, if you practice gratitude for that, you're attracting more of it. When you are fearful of something, you attract that fear into your space, okay? So we're now going to shuffle, and we're going to ask, how do you express gratitude for all that is in your life? You know, I am always so surprised at how the cards work and the cards that we draw. So this is the Sun. Out of the 78 cards in a tarot deck, the Sun is the happiest, the most successful. It represents everything positive, everything successful, everything wonderful, happy, all of those kind of things. Okay, so remember our question that we asked here is, how do you express gratitude for all that is? And this card is telling you by being happy. By being happy, by being in a state of joy, by being in a state of celebration, by being in a state of happiness. Sorry, the cards don't want to focus on my face. There we go. So how can you express gratitude for all that is in your life? By being happy, and not just putting a smile on and pretending, by actually feeling happiness here. And I say to everybody, you know, again, in the last couple of weeks of videos, you would have heard me on many occasions refer to joy, okay? And joy is my key word of choice at the moment. I tell every single client that I consult with, I say, we need to be focusing on joy. We need to do things that bring joy into our lives. You know, gone are the times of focusing on achievement and status and structure and all of those kind of things. We're now going into a period of focusing on joy. What brings you joy? This kind of hard work and focus on everything else and trying to control and navigate everything, it doesn't bring joy. And that's why it scares you, because you know that it's almost impossible to achieve this. The demands that we set on ourselves, the expectations that we put on ourselves are just ridiculous, okay? And Spirit is saying to you, how do you express joy, or how do you express gratitude for all that is in your life? By being happy. By being happy and do things that bring you joy. I am going to pick up this deck again. I have put that flow card back in. So now let's shuffle and see. What else does Spirit want you to know? How to express gratitude for all that is? How else, besides for being happy, besides for being that person, how else can we express gratitude for all that is? Let's see what we get. I need to put it front and center. Camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Miracles. How do you express gratitude for all that is in your life? By believing in miracles, by focusing on miracles, by just believing in miracles, because miracles happen every single day. Every single day, miracles happen in your life. But sometimes we're not aware of them. Sometimes we're so focused on all that we have to do. We're so focused on everything that's going on in our lives that we don't notice the miracles. And this is why you got this moon card, okay? Because the moon card was telling you self-confidence. The moon card was telling you believe in yourself. Recognize your own power. Recognize your own authority. Let your intuition guide you, okay? And your intuition is a miracle. I love this. Absolutely love this. All right. Last question. So back to the tarot deck. What do you need more of in your life right now? What do you need more of in your life right now? Whoopsie. Bad shuffle. I'm going to put them back in. That was just a bad shuffle, so I'm not looking at them. Right. What do you need more of in your life right now? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. What do you need more of in your life right now? And apparently that's the card I'm taking. Another pentacle. Wow. 3 of Pentacles. And you know what? The 3 of Pentacles actually ties in so nicely with the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm going to put them together like this, and I want you to look at them, and I want to just explain. Let me put it front and center. You have to look at my face. So the 8 of Pentacles is the card of hard work. The 8 of Pentacles is the card of being so focused on what you're doing, on what you're achieving, or the outcome, what you're producing, okay? The 3 of Pentacles, on the other hand, is the card of quietly sitting and getting on and doing something and receiving the accolade, the reward, the acknowledgement, and the appreciation for the work that you do. So that's quite interesting, okay? So when we look at these two, 8 of Pentacles is about not really caring what anybody thinks, what everybody says, what anybody else is on about. 8 of Pentacles is about being focused on achieving whatever it is that you need to. 3 of Pentacles, on the other hand, is saying, you know what, I'm going to sit here quietly and I'm going to do my work. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to create whatever it is that I need to create. I'm going to be creative. But the 3 of Pentacles is about people admiring and acknowledging the work that you do, whatever it is that you're creating. So she's I don't know if she's sewing or knitting or crocheting or what she's doing that looks like sewing. And it's about acknowledgement and recognition for all the work that she's done. Sorry, I just want to get the camera back into focus. There we go. So it's about the recognition for the work that she's put into it. So what do you need more of in your life right now is recognition. And again, that comes back to this card. Okay, that comes back to this card, which was what aspect of yourself can you improve? And it's your self-confidence and recognizing that even if the clouds have come in front of you and are hiding you and people can't see you, people still know you. People still recognize your strength, your integrity, and what you truly stand for. Okay. And you've got to, it's your self-confidence that you need to work on, to recognize that, you know what, people aren't always going to give you the compliments. People aren't always going to tap you on the shoulder and say all these wonderful, amazing things, but recognize that people know you. People recognize you. People admire you. People respect you, and people love you. When I say people, let me just, sorry, I'm Spirit is saying I need to clarify. People is such a broad term. The significant people in your life, that's what we're referring to. Okay, the significant people in your life. So those will be your partners, your children, your parents, your siblings, your work colleagues, your friends, anybody you interact with and spend time with. Understand that even though you might not be feeling it, even though they might not value you and say so, they might not be giving you that validation, understand that they do truly respect and admire you, and they really do appreciate you. So let's do a quick recap. What are you feeling internally? You're feeling abundant. You're feeling like there's a lot. You're feeling like there's an overwhelm in a positive or possibly in a negative light. Okay. What aspects of yourself can you improve, or what did I say? Aspect of self needs improvement in your life. It's your self-confidence, it's your strength, it's your character, it's your believing and listening to your intuition and recognizing that you have the answers, but not everything is as it seems. Okay. Question 3, what scares you? Is being focused on one thing for an extended period of time, and that you neglect or you forget or everything else around you. When you focus on one thing, you're afraid that everything else falls apart. So that's what scares you. And question 4, how to express gratitude for all that is. We have the Sun card, and that tells you just be happy, practice joy, practice gratitude, practice any positive emotion. Keep saying it, keep putting it out there. Put a spring in your step, put a smile on your face, and know that all is well in your life. And finally, what do you need more of in your life right now? Is acceptance, is admiration and gratitude, and your admiration for all that you are and all that you've done. How absolutely awesome is that? So I want to, again, I'm picking up the same deck. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle because I'm just loving it. And I want to know from Spirit, over and above everything that we've just covered, over and above everything that we've just said, what is one other thing that you need to be mindful of in order to better understand yourself, in order to better grow as an individual, in order to better overcome the challenges that you may be facing? What else does Spirit need you to know? What other advice and guidance can they give you right here and right now? Look at the colors. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't these cards just absolutely exquisite? So here we have this beautiful bird in this beautiful meadow, all the colors, you know, there is bliss and harmony. Okay, that's what I get from this card. There is bliss and harmony. The key word at the bottom here is delight. And I'm going to put the delight next to the Sun card. Okay, be delightful. Notice all the things that are going well in your life. Notice the abundance that you have. You know, when we talk about abundance, it doesn't always only refer to finance. It could be positivity, it could be emotions, it could be love, admiration, it could be any kind of emotion or any kind of state of being. And Spirit wants you to recognize the delight that you have in your life. Recognize all that is going well in your life. Recognize the abundance of positive that you have, and just allow it to be. Don't try and control it. Don't try and focus on it. Don't try and navigate it. Just allow it to be, and be delightful. I absolutely love that. Delight. Okay. I am now picking up another deck, and this is the Divine Energy Oracle. Just for a final kind of message. I see I've been talking for, oh my gosh, a long time. Right, one final message from Spirit, one final kind of, what do we need to know, what do we need to focus on, what is important and significant? And apparently it's that one. So, this particular deck, it needs no further explanation, it needs no further text, it just says speak up. And I think, you know what, this makes so much sense. It's about speaking up. Sorry, I see we've lost focus. Will it focus on me? Doesn't want you to look at my face, so I'm going to leave it like that. There we go. Now it's come right. So speak up is basically saying to you, whatever it is that's not working for you in your life, whatever it is that's causing a little bit of discomfort, whatever it is that you are afraid of, whatever it is that is scaring you right now, speak up about it. If you speak up and you express, you're able to transmute it into positive. You're able to fix it. You're able to resolve it. And you're able to better understand it, because that's what the moon card says. It's not always as it seems. Okay, so if you can express whatever worries you, if you can speak up about whatever's going on in your life, you will immediately be able to put everything into perspective and see that it's not all bad as you are imagining it in your mind. So put it out there, connect, share, be open, be transparent, and allow yourself to thrive, because you've got a lot of abundance and a lot of success and a lot of happiness happening in your life right now. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it gave you a little bit of hope, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation, just to get through whatever it is that you're going through in your life at the moment. With love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the message, the reading, the inspiration, and the guidance that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I know I started off in the intro saying I wasn't quite sure which decks I was going to use. Well, I've sort of figured it out. We're going to be using this Llewellyn Tarot. I love the colors. It's coming through so nicely on the camera. I've got beautiful sunlight today when I'm recording. So we're going to use the Llewellyn Tarot, and this is one that I have trimmed. I have reduced its size and made it more my size, and I just love, love, love this deck. And then I have a couple of other oracles on the table as well that I'm going to be using. So let's get into your reading. So today's theme, today's reading is all about going within. It's about recognizing what's happening here in your heart and soul, and finding, digging deep, finding and uncovering some truths that may be a little bit hard to handle, maybe a little bit difficult to understand. Finding those, recognizing those, and doing what we can to advance ourselves, and doing what we can to deal with that, so that we can be happier, more rounded, grounded, and just better human beings, okay? Because that's what I like. So I'm going to take the tarot deck and I'm going to start shuffling. And as we shuffle, we ask Spirit to draw near. We ask for protection. We ask for guidance from Spirit. And we ask that the cards that we draw today be the cards of inspiration, of guidance, of understanding that we need to help us get through the 5 questions that we've got written out here as we go within, and as we uncover some truths and understand more about ourselves, so that we can be better human beings. So the cards that we draw, may they be exactly the cards that we need whenever it is that you watch this video. This video is timeless. So it doesn't matter if you're watching it on the day it's published, or if you're watching it at any other time. Let the cards that we draw, let the reading be relevant and appropriate to you at that time. Okay, so as I said, we've got 5 questions that I've written down, 5 questions inspired from Spirit. And the first question that we're asking is, what are you feeling internally? Okay, so what's happening here? What's happening here in your heart and soul? Okay, and what is the overall emotion? What is the overall feeling that you are experiencing right now? So what is happening? What are you feeling internally in your heart and soul right now? And apparently that's the card that we're taking. Right, so let's see. These cards are absolutely exquisite. If the camera would focus on them. I know there's a bit of a glare. Try and hold it that there isn't a glare. No, so for bundle 1, the camera was behaving so nicely, and now we get to you and the camera doesn't want to. It only wants to look at me. There we go. Right, so this is Temperance. Let me hold it. There we go. No glare. So Temperance is such an awesome card. So look what she's doing. She's sitting at a well. Look at the beautiful animals that she has with her. But she's underwater. But she's at the well, and she's got a jug, and she's now trying to replenish, and she's trying to fill up. So Temperance is the card of trying to find balance, okay? Trying to find a balance between what you need, what you want, what you need, what you desire, all right? Temperance is about recognizing all the different aspects of self, all the different aspects of life, all the different aspects of you, and trying to find a happy medium between them. So what are you feeling right now? Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed that you don't have this balance in your life, that you don't have this kind of yin and yang energy, synergy working in your life at the moment. So Temperance is saying to you, What are you feeling right now? What is the overwhelmed kind of energy in your heart and soul at the moment? It's one of balance. It's either you are feeling balanced or you are feeling unbalanced, all right? But the Temperance card and the Temperance energy is talking about finding the opposite aspects of life and trying to find the balance between all of that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one on the table here in front of me, as I do, picking up the tarot deck again. And now we're going to go on to question 2. And question 2 is, whoops, just throw the cards on the table apparently. So question 2 is, what aspect of self can you improve on? What aspect of self, of you, what aspect of you needs a bit of attention? Can you improve on? Should you improve on? Do you need to improve on? So we've identified what you're feeling. We're feeling temperance. We're feeling like balance is important. We're feeling like balance is significant. Based on that, what aspect of self can you improve? What aspect of self can you improve or need to improve on? And this one is coming out. Oh, wow, another major arcana card. Okay. So we have Emperor energy, and look at him sitting on his chair. Look at all that red, fiery energy. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the big curtain behind him. You can see the curtain's been pulled away a little bit to bring a little bit of light in. But he's sitting very strong, very secure, very confident in his chair. He doesn't need anybody else's validation. He doesn't need anybody telling him who and what he is. He's all about control. He's all about structure. He's all about authority. Okay, those are the key words that we use to describe the Emperor. He is very strong. He's very dominant. He's very ego-based. One thing he's not is emotional. Okay, Emperor, he got no emotion going on in his life. He's all about rules, strategy, structure, discipline, control, authority. Those are the words that we use with him. There's no feelings. There's no, oh, shame, but maybe shame, you've had a bad day. There's none of that for him. He's all about boom, 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 boom. So what are you feeling internally? You're feeling like things are unbalanced. You're feeling like you're looking for and trying to find some balance in your life. Spirit is saying, what aspect of yourself can you improve? It's your self-control. It's your self-control. You're not going to get this balance. You're not going to improve on this balance. You're not going to find that optimum balance in your life if you don't have a little bit of self-control. And I know at this time of the year we're exhausted. It's been fun, okay? It's been fun, and we're all feeling a little bit exhausted. We're all feeling a little bit erratic. We're all feeling a little bit all over the place. But our Emperor is telling us that we need to get into control. We need to find control in order to improve and to get through the rest of this year. So we're not going to get through this year based on emotions and feelings and whatever. It's all about strategy, structure, discipline, and self-control. Good. All right. I, at this point, am going to pick up an oracle deck. This oracle deck, just to show you, is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I love this deck. And I just want to know at this point, we've still got a couple of questions to go through, but at this point, I just want Spirit to give us additional information about the self-control that we need, about this, you know, how do we maintain this feeling of balance? How do we maintain this feeling of temperance within our lives? And how do we improve this aspect of ourselves, the self-control aspect of ourselves? That one just landed on the floor. How do we improve this aspect of ourselves? And we're going to take this card over here. Oh, wow. So now I understand why Spirit said take the card. Okay, look at that. It's forgiveness. And it's not about forgiving anybody else. It's about forgiving yourself. It's about taking that pressure off you and recognizing that you're human. Yes, you probably have made mistakes. We all have, okay? None of us are perfect. But it's about forgiving yourself for whatever you have or have not done. It's about forgiving yourself for the torture that you've put yourself through. All right, and that is important. That's the self-control. Forgiveness will also take the emotion away, because when you forgive yourself, it's like you release that emotion, you let it go, so that that emotion doesn't overwhelm you anymore. Okay, so you have to start practicing this forgiveness. You have to start allowing yourself and forgiving yourself and setting that aspect and that part of yourself free. I love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, back to the tarot. Let's do question 3, and question 3 is going to be a little bit of an interesting one, because, you know, again, you know, we can't always just focus on the good stuff. We can't always just focus on the feel-good, happy stuff. Sometimes we have to look at the dark side. Sometimes we have to look at what scares us, and that's exactly this question. So question 3 for you today is, what scares you? So what are you concerned about? What are you so worried about? What are you so anxious about? What scares you right now? What are you most afraid of right now? And apparently this is the card we're going for. Right, so let me get it into focus. Six of Wands. So Six of Wands, quite an interesting card to come through in this particular question as to what scares you. So the story behind the Six of Wands is this warrior, okay? He went off to war. He went off to do something for the community, for his castle, for his people, for his whatever. Wasn't for himself. It was for everybody else's interest. He went off and he achieved, he did. And as he's come back, as he's returned from his duty, everybody has come out to acknowledge and to celebrate him. Everybody's coming out to reward him and to clap hands and to acknowledge everything that he's done, everything that he's achieved. So this is the card of recognition. This is the card of people acknowledging and rewarding you for what you've done for them. So it's interesting that this has come up as to what scares you. So you're obviously afraid of people judging you for whatever it is that you've done. So it comes back to self-confidence, doesn't it? So you're afraid of people looking at you and saying, oh, so you achieved A, B, and C. You did X, Y, and Z. You did it really well. Let's clap hands. You're afraid that they're not going to see that. And that's where this temperance card comes in, because temperance is all about finding balance in our life, okay? So what are you feeling internally? You're feeling like you haven't done enough. You're feeling like you haven't done whatever it is that you needed. You're feeling inferior against what you need to. And what aspect of yourself do you need to improve? Spirit is saying it's your self-control and the belief in yourself and following the strategy, following the plans, not deviating from that, not questioning that. It's also about forgiving yourself for maybe the one or two tiny little areas of life where you maybe didn't do your best. Forgive yourself for that. And what are you most afraid of? Is you're most afraid of public recognition, public acknowledgement, or public judgment? Let's use that, public judgment. When I say public, I mean anybody outside of you. Family, friends, colleagues, anybody. Anybody, the person where you buy your bread, milk, anybody. You are scared and afraid of people looking at you, looking at exactly what you've done and coming up with a judgment based on that. Wow, very interesting. Right, let's pick up the tarot again. Question 4. So we've looked at where you're at. We've looked at what you need to do. We've looked at what scares you. And in order for us to actually progress, in order for us to actually advance past these issues, one of the things that I am such a big advocate for is gratitude. Okay, I really believe in practicing gratitude. I really believe in focusing on the positives that you have in your life. And when we focus on those positives, we attract more of that into our space. So the question 4 is, how do we express gratitude for all that you do have in your life right now? Because if we can focus on all the positives, if we can focus on everything that is actually going right for you, if you can focus on all the good things that you have in your life, it'll be that much easier to attract more of the same. If you focus on what scares you, you actually attract that into your space. So we've recognized what we're afraid of. We've recognized what scares us. So now let's focus on what do you need to be grateful for? How do you express gratitude for all that is in your life right now? Okay. Right, if the camera will focus. Thank you, camera. We have got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands energy is a beautiful, so there she's standing at the top of the castle, okay? That ball that she's holding in her hand represents all that is. She's standing between two sticks, between two wands, and she's trying to decide. So consider that ball to be like her magic ball, okay, her crystal ball. And she's looking into the crystal ball and she's saying, right, so what am I going to do? Am I going to stay here, or am I actually going to venture beyond the castle? It's about decisions and it's about choices, okay? Because that's what the Two of Wands is. It's about looking at your options, looking at everything that's available to you and deciding which one fits and suits you better. So the question we were asking here is, how do you express gratitude for all that you have in your life? And the answer is by understanding and acknowledging the choices and the options that you have. You know, this is what you need to understand. Right now, you're trying to find balance in your life. Right now, you're trying to find this happiness, okay, between everything and trying to juggle everything and trying to figure it all out. You need to work on your self-control. You need to work on your self-confidence. You need to work on your strategies and your action plans. You are petrified of making a public mistake. I'm going to call it that, okay? You're petrified of the public people outside of your life, people in your life, of them looking at you and going, oh my gosh, you were supposed to do and you didn't do, and or you did do, or whatever. You're petrified of that. Spirit is saying to you, forgive the dogs barking, Spirit is saying to you that you need to look at the options that you have available to you. You can go there, you can go there, you can go there, you can do so many things. You have so many options available to you, and that is something to be grateful for. That is something, there's many people in life who don't have options, who are stuck in a one-way road, and they can't turn around and they can't change. They have to keep going, and they know it's wrong, they know it's causing pain and heartache. You've got options. You've got options. So the way to practice gratitude and the way to change your circumstances is to maybe acknowledge the options that you actually have available to you right now. I like that. Interesting. Interesting. So, picking up the tarot deck again, and the last question that we're focusing on today, the last thing that we are working on today is, and I need to read it, what do you need more of in your life right now? So in order to do all of these things that we're acknowledging, in order to do all of these things that we're talking about, what do you need more of in your life right now? Let's see what we get. Wow. So if you are somebody who has been following me and my work for a while, this week alone, this card has made an appearance on a few occasions. And the Tower card is generally one to be feared, okay? The Tower card is generally one within the tarot community. When we talk about a Tower moment, it's never a good thing, okay? It is ultimately a good thing, but when you're going through that Tower moment, it's never a good thing. It's never pleasant. It's not like, a fun picnic out there with your family. That's not what the Tower card is about. So, what do you need more of in your life? That was the question that we asked. What do you need more of in your life right now? And this is change. It's about letting go of old structures, old methods, old processes, old beliefs that don't serve you, that aren't who you are right now. It's about letting go of that in order to rebuild, to recreate, and to do it without emotion. I love it. I love, love, love this. I think this is amazing. So the Tower card, when we talk about the Tower card, it is about the destruction. It is about the collapse. It is about the breakdown of something. But that's not all the card stands for. Because once we've had that breakdown, once we've had that collapse, once we've had that break, we don't then just, okay, well, that's the end of everything. No, no, no. We then say, all right, so that's broken, that's collapsed. I need that function or that structure back into my life. So how can I rebuild it? How can I recreate it? How can I improve? And that's what this card is about. It's not about the destruction. It's about the rebuild. Okay. So what do you need more of in your life? Is the rebuild, is the recreating, is about recognizing what isn't fantastic, what isn't great for you, what isn't working for you, letting that go and replacing it with something better. So it's not just removing and then having nothing. It's about removing, replacing, upgrading. I love it. So let's do a quick recap here. Question 1. What are you feeling internally right now? Temperance was saying that you are feeling like you are needing balance. You are wanting every aspect of your life to sort of be okay, because there's a lot of effort or focus on one thing and not enough effort and focus on another. So what are you feeling internally? Like you need a little bit of balance in your life. What aspect of yourself needs improving or can you improve on? Your self-control, your own plans, your own strategies, your own actions, all of those kind of things. It's not emotional. Remember, there's no emotion with this card. And what scares you? Doing something wrong, making a mistake, and being judged for it. That's what scares you. How to express gratitude for all that you have in your life? By recognizing the choices and the options that you have available to you, and recognizing that you can do that. You can go here, there, or anywhere. You've got options. I love that. Absolutely love that. And finally, what do you need more of in your life? More rebuilding, more letting go and rebuilding things that bring you happiness and joy in your life. I love that. Okay, so I have already used this deck, but I'm going to just pull one more card from it. All right, so this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So just as a final message from Spirit, just as a final piece of guidance, a final piece of information, what do you need to be focusing on? How are we going to achieve this? So what else, based on this going within, What else does Spirit need you to be mindful of? We had the miracles earlier on. I think it was the miracles. I can't remember. No, it was forgiveness. It was forgiveness. So let's see, what else does Spirit want you to know? What else is important and significant for you right here and right now? And we're going for that card. I love it. Let me get it into focus. Look at that. Look at that. So we have whales above the waterline. All right. And the one has got strings to the other. So is it puppet? Is it just the one is a balloon for the other? What is it? It is the voyage. It's not about the how. It's not about the where. It's not about the way it's going. It's about the voyage itself. Okay. And you know what's interesting when I look at this? Sorry, I just want to get back into focus. Sometimes the camera doesn't want to focus on my face. I don't blame it, to be honest. All right. So the voyage is the journey. And one thing that I always get with the voyage card is it's not about where you start. It's not about where you end. It's about the journey. And that's where you're at. So when we bring out the Tower card, when we talk about distraction, that is part of the journey. That is part of life. We cannot hold on to one thing forever. You know, if you had a really good time at school, let's go high school. If your last years of schooling, if they were fabulous, it eventually has to come to an end. But because it's come to an end, because that time is up, it doesn't mean it's the end of your life. It actually just means it's the end of that chapter, and it's the rebirth and the recreation of the next chapter. And that's the voyage of life. And that's where you're at the moment. But it's about recognizing that you mustn't hold on to everything. It's about recognizing that sometimes we just have to let stuff go. Okay, right. So voyage. I like that. Now, one more. I'm going to pick up this deck, the Divine Energy Oracle, and I'm going to draw one card. Now, these are quite interesting cards. I really do like them. So the message we're asking here, the question we're asking here for Spirit is just, what else? Just come on, Spirit. Give us one last final message, one last final piece of inspiration, one last final piece of positivity. How do we implement this? What do we need to do, and how do we implement all this change and all this that we're talking about? How do we become better human beings? How do we become better versions of ourselves? Whoops, sorry, I'm going to take that one because I really like its message. It says raise your vibration. So what does that mean? It means focusing on you. Because when we talk about raising your vibration, there is nothing that you can do externally to raise your vibration. It all happens here. It all happens here within your heart and soul. When you focus on you, when you focus inwardly, when you focus on self, you raise your vibration. You know, we know that the food we eat, the things we drink, the thoughts we have, the clothes we wear, the activities we do, everything that everything that we do affects our vibration in one way or another, whether it raises it or whether it lowers it. For you right now, Spirit is saying, if you focus on raising your vibration, you will overcome this. This won't be difficult. And your biggest fear will never happen. As long as you raise your vibration, as long as you focus on being a better, stronger, happier version of yourself. If you raise your vibration, everything is easy. Everything is easy. Oh, I love that. I love that. Raise your vibration. So, friends, those of you who chose bundle 2, thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. I do hope you've enjoyed your reading. I do hope you've enjoyed your message of guidance, of hope, of inspiration. And may it just guide you on your journey of life. Don't fear the Tower moment. Embrace it. Embrace it. Let go of anything and everything that doesn't serve you, that doesn't bring a purpose and a function into your life, and allow yourself to be happy. With love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, you take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome. Today's theme is going within. So we are going to be looking at what's happening here within the heart and souls, how to best change it, improve it, and bring about whatever it is that we need to manifest in our lives. I've got a couple of questions that we're going to be focusing on. But before we get started with that, just to show you what deck I'm working with today. So Today I am working with this gorgeous deck. Just look at the colors. We've got beautiful sunshine today, so the coloring on the videos is just awesome, and I love this deck. I just love this bright yellow. So this is the Llewellyn Tarot, and this is one that I have trimmed. I have cut all the borders off, and I put this beautiful yellow on the sides, and I just love this deck. And I have a couple of other oracles on the table as well that I'm going to be working with as we go through. So let's get straight into it and see what comes up for you. Whoops, if I can just learn how to shuffle cards and not throw them on the table. You know me, I'm just such a bad shuffler. Even though this deck is tiny, it's like perfect for my hands. I still can't shuffle. All right, so let's get into it. So as I start shuffling these cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to communicate with us and to express and to help us with our reading, to allow the cards that we draw to be the cards that have the reading, the inspiration, the guidance, and the understanding that we all need in our lives right now. We're asking for Spirit's protection as we do this reading as well. We're asking that the reading be blessed and let it be valid and appropriate, no matter when it is that you watch this video. So if you find this video at any point, whenever it is that you're watching, whenever it is that you pick this particular bundle, let it be valid and appropriate for each one of you in your life right now. And so it is. And so it is. All right. So as I said to you, we have got 5 questions, Spirit-inspired questions that we need to be focusing on, that we need to be working on today. And the first question is, what are you feeling internally? Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here in your heart and soul? What are you feeling? Whether you've been aware of it, whether you've been conscious of it or not, whether it's been obvious or not, what's going on inside your heart and soul? What are you feeling right now? Let's see what we get. Okay, so this one wants to come through. Right, so let's get the card into focus. 7 of Pentacles, lovely. So you're feeling like you're running out of time, running out of patience. You're feeling like you've worked so hard towards something. You've been putting your heart and soul into something for the longest time, and you're feeling like it's time to go and retrieve your harvest, okay? You're feeling like it's time that you go and receive the abundance that you've been working towards. It doesn't mean that you are, okay? Because the 7 of Pentacles, it says to you, it's about you planted the seed of this tree. All right, you planted the seed, you've nurtured the tree, you've taken care of it for years and years and years. A tree doesn't get to that stage overnight. It takes a long time. So you've been, for the longest period, you've been slogging, you've been working, you've been putting one foot in front of the other, you've been going through the motions of life. And you're feeling like, you know what, my time should be now, okay? You're feeling like you should be receiving the abundance of your efforts by now. And there comes a little bit of irritation with it. There comes a little bit of impatience with it, because it's like, I want my stuff. I've worked long and hard. It should be coming through. So that's what you're feeling right now. So you may be feeling a little bit irritated. You may be feeling a little bit frustrated. You may be feeling a little bit impatient with yourself, with family, with colleagues, with friends, with circumstances, with situations, with anything. You may be feeling this little bit of impatience and this little bit of irritability. Okay, interesting. Let's see. I'm picking up the tarot deck again, and let's give it a shuffle. Question 2. All right, so question 2, the next question on our list is, what aspect of yourself can you improve? So based on this energy, what aspect of yourself can you improve? What aspect of yourself needs to be worked on? What aspect of yourself needs to be paid attention to? And how can we improve this aspect of self? Let's see what we get. Because remember, we're going within today. We're focusing within. So what aspect of self can you improve right now? Okay, let's get the card into focus. Right. 8 of Swords energy. Wow. Okay, that is so interesting. So here we have a lady, and that lady represents you. She is blindfolded. She is tied up with rope, or no, fabric. Okay. She's got all these swords around her as well. So she's feeling like she's caged. She's feeling claustrophobic. She's feeling trapped. She's feeling like she's jailed almost. Okay. And what's interesting with this particular card is that the message is that that feeling of being caged, of being trapped, of being held captive is actually not true of your actual situation. It's more a mindset, okay? So what aspect of self do you need to improve on is your feeling of self-sabotage, your feeling of restriction, your feeling of I can't. That's what I'm hearing loud and clear. I can't, okay? When we discount something, when we say we can't do something, when we say, oh no, I can't do that, I don't know how to do that, that's not for me, or I don't have the money, whenever we put blocks in the way before we've even tried, that's Eight of Swords. That's Eight of Swords energy. So Eight of Swords is saying to you that you're not even prepared to try something. You're giving up before you've even tried. Because again, if you look at this card, let me get it back into focus. That fabric that's tied around her, it's not very tight, okay? It's quite loose. It's quite easy. Even the one around her eyes, it's certainly, easy if she put a little bit of effort in. Okay, if she put a little bit of effort in to wiggle her way, she could remove that fabric. She could remove the chains that are keeping her bound. She could remove the blindfold and see that she's not trapped. She's not in jail. She's not being restricted by anything except her own mindset, her own doing. Very, very interesting. I'm going to leave that on the table here in front of me. And I'm now going to pick up an oracle deck. And this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I want to know, okay, this aspect of self, this kind of restrictive feeling that we have, this limiting self-belief. Oh my gosh, how's that for a phrase? Limiting self-belief that you're currently dealing with, or that you're currently feeling. Let's just ask from this oracle deck, how do we overcome this? How can we remove this limiting self-belief, or limiting just belief that you have about yourself, this restrictive feeling? How do we eliminate it, remove it, and clear it? Look at that. I love it. Let me put it front and center. Just how gorgeous is this card? First of all, look at the double rainbows. Look at the stars in the sky. Look at the beautiful mountains. Look at the trees. Everything that's going on in this card is just miraculous. And what is the keyword? Keyword is miracles. So, it doesn't matter how bad things look. It doesn't matter how impossible it seems. Believe in miracles, and they will happen. Believe in miracles, and you will achieve anything. Oh, I love that. So, what aspect of yourself can you improve? Putting these two cards together, the aspect of self that you need to prove is removing limiting self-beliefs and believing in miracles. Believing that the universe has got this. You are loved, you are supported. Anything is possible as long as you believe in it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, now picking up my gorgeous tarot deck again. Question 3. All right, so we've looked at question 1 was, what are you feeling internally? So what's going on here? Question 2 was, how do we improve on the aspect of self? Okay, what aspect of self did we need to work on and improve? And we've recognized that as our limiting self-beliefs. And question 3 is, what scares you? So why is it that we haven't been able to remove the blindfold? What is it that's holding us back? What are we so afraid of? And I know we don't always want to focus on the dark side. I know we don't always want to focus on the negative, but we have to, because life is all about balance, okay? And if we don't look at the dark, if we don't look at the negative aspects, we can't improve on the positive. So we're asking the tarot right now, what scares you the most right now? And this might not be something that you're aware of, okay? This might be a subconscious thing. This might be something hidden deep within your psyche that you're not even aware of, and it absolutely scares you. So let's see. Let's ask from the tarot, what is it that scares you? What scares you right now? That one is sticking out, so I'm going to take it. Wow. Okay, let's just get it into focus. There we go. 4 of Cups. So here we have a lady sitting at the side of a river. She is, you can see she's feeling a little bit, I'm going to call it mournful. She's feeling a little bit neglected. She's feeling a little bit sad, a little bit despondent, okay? Across on the other side of the stream, you can see are 3 cups, and she's thinking she can't get to them. We've even got a waterfall over here. She needs to get to these cups, and she feels like she can't. She's probably tried a couple of times, and she may have slipped into the river, whatever the situation is, but she's feeling like, oh, I just can't. And it goes back to this card of limiting self-belief. All right, so this card here, the 4 of Cups, it's so just to carry on with the story. Sorry, let me get it back into focus. There we go. So she wants those 3 cups on the other side of the river. She's maybe tried once or twice, or she can't find a bridge. She doesn't know how she's going to get them, and she's just giving up too early. She's giving up too quickly. What she doesn't see is this cup up top here, okay? She's not seeing the opportunities, the solutions, the options, the availability. She doesn't see what's right there in front of her. She's so focused on the impossible, okay, or what she perceives and believes to be the impossible. She's not seeing everything that's there for her. So the question we asked with this card is, what scares you? What scares you here? And it is the fear of failure. You're so afraid of trying and failing that you're just not even going to try. And that is the limiting self-belief. Wow, wow. Yeah, it is. And I get this. This is quite common. You're not alone. You're not the only one who's feeling this. It's quite a common human feeling right now, to be so afraid, because let's be honest, society, family, for our own selves, we put so much pressure on ourselves to achieve, to be, to exist, to experience, to have, to whatever. We put so much pressure on ourselves, so that the fear of failure, the fear of not reaching, not attaining, not having, not getting, it is incredibly overwhelming, incredibly overwhelming. But often we're so focused on that we don't see the opportunities, the blessings, the joy that's available to us. Okay. So that was what scares you. So question 4, picking up our tarot again. Now that we've recognized, now that we've understood something that's happening here within our heart souls that needs a bit of attention, that needs a bit of working at, the next question that I want to ask, and I'm really a massive advocate for gratitude. I really am. I so believe in practicing gratitude. I so believe on focusing on the things that are going right in your life. And I so believe that when you focus on what's right, when you focus on everything that's good in your life, you attract more of that into your space. When you worry, when you stress, when you allow your anxieties to overwhelm you, because that's your focus, you're attracting it. When your focus is on gratitude, and it doesn't have to be big things, all right? If you can practice gratitude for a good cup of coffee, I like coffee, okay? If you can practice gratitude for a good cup of coffee, you attract more good cups of coffee. When you're drinking your cup of coffee that your partner, your child, your husband, or you made for yourself, and you keep thinking, oh, I don't like this coffee, they don't make it nice, it tastes terrible. Guess what? They're going to keep doing that. But when you focus on the positive, when you focus on the gratitude, you attract more of it into your space. So question 4, how can you express gratitude for all that is in your life? How can you focus, or how can you express gratitude for everything that is going right in your life, for everything that is right in your life? How do we express gratitude for all that is? Let's see. This card. Right, so the card is the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands is about public recognition. The 6 of Wands is about public gratitude. The 6 of Wands is about other people acknowledging the influence that you've had in their lives, okay? So how do you express gratitude? By putting yourself out there and letting people see you. Interesting. You may be the kind of person who withdraws. And when I say withdraws, I don't mean you're a recluse. I don't mean that at all, though you very well may be. But this is about you not allowing people to give gratitude, to give thanks to you. So how do you express gratitude in your life? By allowing people to acknowledge you. When I used to be this kind of person. When somebody tried to give a compliment, when somebody tried to say something nice to me, I would like almost dismiss it, okay? I used to be like that. We used to be like dismissive, like, no, it's not me. I was just, or we always come up with excuses or reasons why we don't deserve the gratitude. And actually, we need to just allow people to give us compliments, allow people to acknowledge us, allow people to give us gratitude for what we do for them, or what we do for ourselves, or what we do in life. Because when they acknowledge how good we are, we feel a bit better, we feel a little bit more confident, and that is how we attract more success and abundance and joy and prosperity. And I can keep on with those words. Okay, so how do you express gratitude for all that is in your life? By accepting and welcoming, and even, I'm going to be like really out there and say, even asking for compliments, asking for for people to show gratitude for all that you've done and all that you are. Wow. I think I've said wow so many times in this reading. Okay, friends, let's do one more. Picking up the tarot card again. So, question 5. What do you need more of in your life right now? In order for you to overcome these challenges, these fears, these obstacles, whatever it is, in order for you to receive everything that you've worked towards, everything that you deserve, and everything that is rightfully yours, in order for you to receive that, what do you need more of in your life right now? Let's see. So Spirit, what do you need more of? What do they need more of in their life right now? Let's ask. What do you need more of in your life right now? Wow. Okay. 2 of Wands. Choices and options. But this is about making the decision, okay? This is about recognizing the options that are available to you, about recognizing what's available, where you can go, what you can do, and who you can do it with, and then about making that decision and carrying it out, okay? So for each one of you, what do you need more of in your life? About looking at your life, being open and honest with yourself, being open and honest with who you are, with where you are, with what you're doing, with what you've been working on. What you've been working on for such a long time, recognizing all of that. And what do you need more of in your life right now is active decision making, recognizing that you have options, that you have choices, that you can go anywhere, you can do anything. Look at the ball that she's holding in her hand. See it as a crystal ball. See it as her holding the sun. She holds the power. She holds absolutely everything. And she can go and do anything she chooses, but it's a choice that she makes. She has to, because she's going to be held accountable for the decisions that she makes. She's going to be held accountable for whatever it is that she chooses to do. But it's her choice. It's her decision. So what do you need more of is to acknowledge the options, the choices, and the decisions that need to be made in your life that are going to bring you the happiness and the joy that you so need, deserve, and want in your life. I love that. Absolutely love that. All right. So those are our 5 questions done. I am now going to pick up this deck again, Sacred Destiny Oracle. And I have put in the card that we used just now. So let's shuffle. And we're asking for Spirit to give us one more card, one more message, one more bit of inspiration. What else does Spirit need you to know right now with regards to everything that we have covered? What is important, what is significant, and what is the final message that Spirit have for us? And apparently it's this one. And you've got to be kidding me. This card came up earlier. Actually, quite a few of your cards came up in the other readings. So look at it. First of all, how absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. So we have this bird, this tiny little birdie, who is in a meadow of joy, a meadow of happiness. Everything is just absolutely perfect and delightful. I love that word, delight. And I think this is the message that Spirit are having for you, the message that Spirit is saying. So let's do a recap. I'll explain this one in a minute. So what are you feeling in your life at the moment? You're feeling like you've been working so hard for so long and you haven't really had the rewards. You haven't really had the returns on your investment, okay? You're feeling a little bit frustrated. You're feeling a little bit irritated at the fact that things aren't quite going at the pace that you would like them to go. You're feeling as if you should be having all the rewards for all your effort, and maybe those rewards aren't quite there yet. So you're feeling a little bit irritated, feeling a little bit frustrated. What aspect of yourself can you improve? It's your limiting self-beliefs and realizing it's about removing the fact that, or changing your thinking with regards to whether you deserve things or how easy things are going to be. Don't give up. Don't say, I can't do that, or that's not for me, until you've actually tried. Wriggle yourself free from that fabric and get yourself out and realize that you're not being held captive. You're not being held trapped. What scares you the most? Failure. Okay, what scares you the most is failure. What are you most focusing on? What are you most afraid of is failing and not achieving everything that you set out to achieve. How can you express gratitude in your life? By accepting the compliments that people try to give you, accepting the help, the guidance, the compliments, and the good messages that others have for you. And finally, what do you need more of in your life? You need to be more active in your own decision making. You need to be more active in where you're going, what you're doing, and how you're going to get there. And Spirit is saying to you, through all of this, focus on delight. You are delightful. You deserve happiness. You deserve delight in your life. You deserve easy. simple and uncomplicated. So focus on delight, attract it, welcome it, and allow it into your space. All right, not done yet. I'm now going to use the Divine Energy Oracle. Just, you know, this deck, if you've ever seen this deck, it is just, it's delightful. It's got writing, it's got text on it, and the messages are often, so I'm going to call it tongue-in-cheek obvious, okay? Just so to the point, and I just love it. So what we're doing with this deck is we're asking Spirit just for final confirmation. What is it that you need to focus on? How do we change this, whatever's happening here within our heart and soul? What is the action? What is the emotion? What is the thought process? What is the one thing that we really need to take away from this reading today? What is the one thing that is so relevant and important for us to take from this session today that's going to help us? And I have the card right here. Let go and enjoy. Where's delight? Let's put these two together. Let go and enjoy and delight. And you know what? I think, where is my limiting self-belief card? This card is saying to you that you believe everything should be difficult. You believe that nothing happens easily, that you have to work really hard, and that there's always challenges, and there's always obstacles, and there's always problems, and there's always things that get in the way of you achieving the happiness that you need to. And what Spirit is saying to you, here within your heart and soul, let's go within and let's recognize that it doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be so difficult. It really doesn't have to be that difficult, but you've got to let go of the mindset of obstacles, challenges, and difficulties. Free yourself and let things just happen delightfully for you, because that's what's there for you. Delight is there for you. I absolutely love that. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 3, I do hope you've enjoyed your reading. I do hope you've enjoyed your message. I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation just to keep going. And to really, I'm going to ask you to really take it into your heart and soul, everything that's been said today, and just see where it resonates, see where it sits with you, and see how you can utilize this information and this knowledge to positively change your life, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. So friends, with love and blessings, from my heart to yours, until we connect again, you take care.